Hi everybody, welcome to another Yoga with Alex. Today we're going to be doing a little special session of wall yoga. Walls are a great way to support yourself in a lot of different postures and poses in our yoga practice. So if you want to start by finding a wall or somewhere in your house, you can do this class without a wall, but the wall is going to add an additional layer of support. So once you've found a nice clear space against the wall, we can lay our mat or our towel out, get seated crisscross applesauce. You want to kind of roll your back against the wall, nice flat back, open shoulders, and let the back of your head just tilt slightly against the wall. You can press down into your knees to activate the posture. Option to turn the top of your hands down, palms face the sky, pointer and thumb connect for a nice activated seated posture as we breathe in and out. Now the wall should feel really nice against your back. We can start to warm up the body by lifting my left hand up to the sky and keep it flush with the wall. We want to use the wall as a guide here. As I reach to the opposite side, you can start to crawl this right hand away from your body, but keep the rest of your back nice and flat against the wall as you inch down, reaching across to the opposite side. Breathe. It gets progressively harder to keep your wall flat against the wall as you reach. Do your best. And inhale, release. We're going to push to the opposite side. Again, use the wall. Stay nice and flush against the wall as we reach, crawling this opposite hand out. Right hand to the sky, reaching towards the left, nice and flat against the wall. Feel a nice deep stretch through your hip and oblique as we send that hand and release. Inhale. We're going to flow back and forth, trying to flow with the wall here, nice and flat. Loosening up the body. Release your hands to neutral and down. Inhale, left hand comes up. Trying to stay against the wall, we're going to grab the right ear and tug the head to the side, keeping everything flush to the wall as we breathe. Gently release. We're going to inhale, opposite hand up, flush to the wall, and exhale, pull that head to the right as we breathe. Gently release the head, inhale. Exhale, let the chin come down to your chest. We're just gonna roll the head side to side, loosening up the neck muscles. And release to neutral, inhale. Exhale, come back up. Big breath in, reach those hands up to the sky. I want you to bring the back of your hands together and exhale, pull the hands to the crown of your head. Inhale, exhale, try to pull your elbows into the wall, gaze up, pressing those hands in to stretch through the wrists. Now, it's not my palms, but the back of my hands that are pressed in, opening up as I gaze to the sky. One more breath in. Exhale, squeeze that chest forward, deep breath in, hands float up to the sky. And exhale, fall forward. Inhale, feeling space in your back as we sway side to side. Try to let that head hang loose in between your shoulders. Or you can focus on exhale, crawl your fingers forward, dropping even deeper into the stretch. If you can get your forearms to the floor, you can go for it as we breathe. Inhale, walk your hands to the right. Left hand reaches over the right to deepen the stretch. Inhale, walk it over to the other side. And exhale down. Right hand over left to deepen the stretch as we breathe. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch it out one last time. And gently walk it back. Okay? We want to crisscross the legs the opposite direction. And we want to do this to get an even stretch through our hips. If we don't sit crisscross a lot, switching directions probably feels a little foreign. So make sure you shift from side to side, get a nice flat base. Again, I'm rolling my back against the wall. Shoulders are open. Nice activated seated posture, pressing into my knees. Inhale. And exhale. This time I'm gonna inhale, reach both hands up to the sky. I'm gonna interlock my fingers and exhale, press my palms to the ceiling. Notice how the hands wanna drift away from the wall. As you exhale, try to pull your arms back so they're flush to the wall. Maybe gazing slightly up to the sky as we breathe. Reaching those arms back. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, open up. Inhale, release your hands, palms clasped, pointer fingers extend to the sky. Imagine someone's tugging you nice and tall to the ceiling. You can focus on extending up to the sky, flat against the wall. If you want to sway side to side a little here, that's also an option. Or a combination of the two. Reaching as I stretch, try to stay against the wall here. Opening up those delts, the rotator cuff. One more breath in to center and exhale, fall forward once more. This time I want you to focus on a long spine with each breath. Feel your back stretch as it fills with air and your chest expands. As you exhale, challenge that space. Drop it down lower and lower and lower. Slowly roll it back, one vertebrae at a time. Beautiful. We're gonna get ready to come into all fours, tabletop position. I'm gonna turn sideways so you guys get a better profile of me. Now, if you have any knee issues and wanna bunch up the mat, fold it over, or put a towel under your knees, you can do so now. In tabletop, you wanna remove the curve from your back, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Big belly, look up to the sky, inhale. Little belly, I'm gonna cinch that tailbone down one at a time. Each vertebrae curling as I finally tuck my chin, pushing all the air out. Inhale, let that tailbone curl up. Big belly, look up for cow. Exhale, press the tailbone down. Now, if you wanna stay in cat to cow, please feel free. If you wanna take it a little deeper, we can exhale down for child's pose. Inhale, lean forward for cobra. Let those hips drop down. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale back. And inhale forward. Neither pose is more correct or incorrect. They're just different postures. Loosening up the back and the stomach muscles. Let's go ahead and everyone exhale back to child's pose if you haven't already. This pose, we sit on our feet and extend our hands above the head, forehead, nose, chin to the earth. This pose should feel relieving as it helps us rest and release tension from that low back. Let's do a little bird dog coming into tabletop. For bird dog, I'm gonna inhale my left leg back. Exhale, pull my knee into my chest, squeeze my belly. Inhale, stretch it back. If you want to join with the opposite, so the right hand and left foot, exhale, pull your knee to elbow. Inhale, stretch. Now, if you just want to stay with the foot, this is a great move for your core and your back. You don't need the hand. If you want to stretch the hand and foot together though, and exhale, knee to elbow, that's an option. One more. And release. So stretch it out and drop it down. You can stretch out your wrists by pointing your palm to the sky and your fingers towards your opposite hand. So left hand, palm faces the ceiling, and I'm pointing my fingers towards the left hand. Here, look, I'll show you all so you can see. Just like this. Nice stretch to that side, or both hands. If you're on both hands, shake it out, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. Inhaling my right leg back this time. Exhale, knee to chest, squeeze. Inhale, stretch it back, joining with the opposite hand if you feel confident. Left hand, right foot, exhale, knee to elbow. Stretch as you breathe. Excuse me. Exhale, knee to elbow. Remember, just the leg here is okay too. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull. Squeeze the belly. One more, stretch it out. And bring it in. Again, I'm gonna stretch out my right wrist this time. So I'm gonna take my palm, point it to the sky, fingers towards my left hand. I can do both hands as well here. Shake it out. Good, and while I'm faced forward, we'll do a few more stretches here. So you can thread the needle to stretch out your upper back by lifting your left hand to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, dive your left hand under your right hand and try to set your left ear to the floor. As you inhale, let all your weight come down. Take your right hand and push your body to the left. Feel your shoulder blades separate. It should feel really nice. Gently release to tabletop. We're going to inhale that opposite hand up. So right hand to the sky, exhale, right arm under left, right ear to the mat or the earth. Let all your weight come down, and then I'm going to take my left hand and push my body to the right. 3 deep exhalations. Again. Last one. And gently release to tabletop. Now in tadpole, you want your big toes to touch and your knees to come out. I'm gonna turn backwards so you guys can see what I mean. So big toes together, knees come out as wide as you can, and you're gonna sit back on your hips, kind of like child's pose for tadpole. If you want to try for frog, bring your toes out and your heels together, like so. One more breath in and out. You're gonna bring the knees in and you're gonna sit back on your feet the best you can for hero. Now, if hero is difficult for you, don't sit so far back. Just do the best you can. Try to look up, squeeze your shoulder blades together for hero. One more breath in and out, leaning back if you can. And now clasp your fists, straighten your elbows. Exhale, pull your hands to the sky and your nose to the earth. Exhale, see if you can go a little higher and higher. And as you release your hands to your ankles, forehead to the mat for extended child's pose. This posture is supposed to help us focus. Imagine any distractions in your head falling through the crown of the forehead into the mat. You can clasp your heels, connecting your fingertips to complete the pose. But if you can't quite do that, you can leave your hands by your ankles. Emptying your mind, getting ready for the rest of our practice. Inhale, hands under shoulders. Turn your toes under. Exhale, press your hips to the sky for down dog. Nice wide hands, press through your heels, hips to the sky. You can bend one knee and press through the opposite foot back and forth to get a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Inhale to plank. Exhale, squeeze your belly and light feet hop or step forward. We don't want to be heavy-footed in our yoga press. Inhale to half back. Exhale, touch your toes. Inhale, sweep your hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now I did say we were going to use the wall for some of the stretches, so we can get back to that now. Basic stretches we can do, or postures against the wall, include, but aren't limited to, any of the balance poses. So for example, if tree is difficult for you, you can do tree against the wall, and it should be much easier. Now you don't want to go dead weight against the wall, but just kind of barely tap it if you feel wobbly. So In tree, we're gonna flex all the muscles in your right leg and step out with your left. You can bring it to your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Avoid the knee, that's the danger area. If you're feeling wobbly, you can lean back into the wall and bring your hands to heart center for tree. Now, if you're feeling brave and want to come off the wall a little bit, just lean off the wall. Imagine roots coming out of your right foot to ground you nice and strong. Inhale, release your hands and release your foot. Bend one knee, walk it out a little bit. Getting ready to do the other side. Flex all the muscles in this left leg. Step out with your right. Exhale to your ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Stay off the knee, that's the danger zone. Inhale, hands to heart center for tree. Now you might not need the wall, but it's there if you do. Keeping in mind any balance poses that we're doing at home can be done against the wall to make them a little more easy. Release the hands, release the foot, and shake it out. We're gonna do our triangle against the wall. Now, a lot of times we do triangle in free space, we're not necessarily as straight as you're supposed to be. So you can take your left foot out so it's parallel to the wall. And your right leg, you want perpendicular to the wall or parallel to the sides of the mat, if you can see that here. Now, in triangle, this left leg is gonna stay straight, but I want you to use our wall here to maintain a nice flat plane. Triangle's a two-dimensional shape, so we should also be two-dimensional in our triangle. So as you inhale, lift this right hand up, try to keep it flush to the wall like we did at the beginning of class. That left hand starts to slide down your left leg, and we can twist our head to look up towards the hand for triangle. Now, if you can reach this hand all the way to the floor, or maybe you have a block you want to use, go for it. You can extend the arm along the side of your body for extended triangle, taking it lower, but notice it gets harder to stay flat against the wall. Try to maintain this flatness as we breathe. Now note, in triangle, this left leg stays straight, unlike side angle stretch, where we bend the legs. So we're gonna hit triangle on that opposite side, and then we're gonna come back for side angle stretch. So this time, let your right foot come parallel to the side of the mat and your left leg perpendicular. Inhale, left hand slides along the wall and right hand slides down the leg as I come up for triangle. Use the wall here. Triangle's a difficult position. Keep in mind, if your triangle's up here, that's okay. You don't have to come way down here. And if you can reach for the floor, that's awesome for you in your practice. Keep it up. Option for extended triangle, breathe. And gently release. Now, remember what I said about side angle stretch. So I'm gonna turn my toes back how they were. Right leg perpendicular, left leg parallel. In side angle stretch, all right, I'm gonna bend this knee nice and deep. I'm gonna drop my elbow, hand, or forearm here, and I'm gonna keep my right arm parallel to the wall once more for side angle stretch. Note the difference here. You bend this outside knee, get a nice stretch through the back of the leg. And again, you don't have to go so low. If you want to stay up here with your hand to your thigh, it's your yoga practice. I'm just here to help guide the way. One more breath in and out. Gently release. Straighten this knee. We're gonna turn my left foot and my right foot. Left foot perpendicular, right foot parallel. Inhale, start to bend this right knee as I reach my left hand along the wall. Drop my right arm, forearm, hand, whatever I want for side angle stretch. Option to go as low or as high as you want. Keep in mind it's your yoga practice. Or you can slowly drop into it with each breath. Keep that left hand to the wall if you can. Ooh, that was tough. Let's come off the wall just for a second. Now there's a few other stretches we can do against the wall. All right, this next one, you're gonna walk your feet away from the wall, facing it. Hands are gonna slide above your head. And we're just gonna let your head hang nice and loose between your shoulders. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. It should feel really nice on your delts. One more. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. You're gonna slide your hands down the wall and walk your feet back until you can barely keep your foot flat. All right, a little inverted down dog. Okay, if you have any wrist problems and wanna stretch the back of the legs in down dog, this is a great way you can bend one knee and press the opposite foot if you haven't already. And as I come into my calf stretch, I'm gonna press my left foot back and my right foot forward. Feel the stretch on the top of the calf. Now notice, look, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see my back leg. As I bend the knee and lift the heel, the stretch should come down to my ankle. I can still have my hands up against the wall. Feel the calf stretch go down to the Achilles as you bend that back knee. And switch. So I'm gonna step back with my right foot flat. Feel the stretch on the top of the calf. Now as you bend your right knee, lift the heel, feel the stretch come down to your Achilles. It's a really good stretch if you walk a lot or run. Maybe you're just on your feet a bunch. The last one, we're gonna come 90 degrees to the wall like so. It should feel really nice on your tailbone. Maybe shift from side to side. You can release your hands to your feet and slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Now, the last one is actually really good for your grip, okay? If you work out a lot, lift weights, or just use your hands, a lot of time our grip muscles can get super tight and we have no idea. So we're gonna take our left hand and we're gonna push it against the wall so your fingers point towards 9 o'clock or your back. Right? If you can see here, my fingers are pointing towards my back. As you exhale, twist towards this opposite shoulder. You should feel a deep stretch through your left palm and wrist. You can even reach it farther if you want to twist deeper, looking over your right shoulder as we breathe. Inhale, release the opposite hand to the wall. So right hand to the wall and twist to the left. Now notice my right hand is also pointed towards my back, this time at 3 o'clock. As I twist, looking over my left shoulder, I should feel a nice stretch through my grip on this right hand and fingers. Release your hands and shake it out. Now there's a lot of other really great poses you can do against the wall, but we just did a couple today to get an idea. We're gonna end class with legs up the wall, which is one of my favorite stretches and one of the #1 recommended yoga stretches if you can only do one a day. All right, so to get into legs up the wall, you wanna start with long legs and then you wanna turn sideways so your legs are flush against the wall. Now make sure you've got a sturdy wall, not drywall that you're gonna kick through. And we're gonna twist one more time, 90 degrees, so that your legs come against the wall like so. Now, if you feel like you're pushing off the wall, kind of scooch your hips side to side, maybe walk your shoulders forward so you can get a nice 90-degree angle with your hips and legs. And this is an amazing hamstring stretch. If you're having trouble getting into this because you're too tight, that's okay, come as close as you can. This pose takes practice. Now, just like when we reach for our toes on the earth, if you flex your toes towards your face and press your heels out, immediately we feel a stretch through the back of the legs. Inhale, exhale, try to relax into the stretch. Again, breathe. Last one. And we can hit a wall split. Now this pose is really good because all you have to do is let gravity open you up and surrender. If you feel like this isn't hard enough, you can take your palms to your thighs if your knees are bending. Press your thighs into the wall, flex your heels out, or take your hands and kind of pry your legs apart. Whatever you want to do to get a nice deep stretch. Now in supported shoulder stand, we're gonna walk our feet together and press them into the walls. So the bottom of your feet press the wall, knees together. You're gonna start to push your hips out and lift up so your legs come to 90 degrees to the wall Walk your elbows in and press your palms to your lower back. In supported shoulder stand is an inversion pose. So all the blood's gonna rush to your head. If you need to come out of it, that's okay. You can lift one foot and the other foot to practice your shoulder stand. If anyone is feeling strong at home and wants to do a full shoulder stand, squeeze your belly, squeeze your back, point one foot and then the other foot straight up to the sky. You have options for single leg shoulder stand to split, whatever you want to do, but I want you to release one foot back to the wall and then the other, joining the rest of us for supported shoulder stand. As your arms come out and you roll down your back one vertebrae at a time, it should feel really nice and decompressing on your tailbone. If you want to do it one or two more times, feel free. No rush. Oh, stretch those legs out for legs up the wall. Just a few more, everybody, and we'll be done. You can take your left foot to your right hip for a half lotus, pressing this left knee to the wall. Now in full lotus, you put both feet in your lap. I can't quite do that yet, but if anyone out there wants to put their other foot across on their lap, please feel free. It's your yoga practice. We can release those feet out of half or full lotus, unwind, and let's start with that right foot to the left hip. Pull it down, take your right hand and push the knee forward. You can stay here or bring that other foot down if you can. Again, I'm not quite there yet. Release your feet. Last one we'll do is inverted cobbler, bottoms of your feet together, otherwise known as butterfly. You can press your knees to the wall for 3 deep inhales and exhales. 2 more. Last one. And now we're gonna hug the knees and slowly roll off your wall. This isn't an inversion pose, so if you get up too quickly, you might feel lightheaded. Make sure you take your time coming out of the posture. Now, a lot of times I finish my practice, we do it on the ground in reclined or corpse pose. Today we're gonna go against the wall. I am gonna dim the lights and do our full body tension and release. Now this posture is something that you can do seated against the wall, reclined in your bed, maybe at the office when you're feeling a tense moment, at the desk. A quick tension and then a mental release of all the muscles can reduce anxiety, stress, and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm gonna dim the lights real quick. You guys can do the same if you'd like to. We're gonna go nice flat back against the wall just like we did earlier. Kind of shift in place. Feel free to close your eyes as we get ready to do our meditation. Palms face the sky in receiving, like an empty cup ready to be filled. Inhale. Exhale, start to squeeze your feet, your calves and thighs. Tighten your glutes into the earth, flex your back muscles into the wall, squeeze your belly, your chest and shoulders. Start to tighten your arms, your fists, your forearms, feet curled, mouth clenches tight, eyelids squint shut, whole body tight, trembling with stress as we take a deep breath in, acknowledging it, and exhale, let it go. Breathe. Exhale, relax your feet. If you want to stretch your legs out here, feel free. Relax your calves, soften your knees, relax your thigh muscles as we exhale. Hips are open, glutes, back of the legs nice and soft. Feel your back surrender to the wall, releasing. Stomach muscles soften. Chest relaxes, arms like dead weight in our laps. Forearms soft, Fingers and palms relax as we exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, releasing your jaw. Close the mouth. Relax your tongue, your neck, your face. Eyes rest easy in the sockets. Heartbeat slows as we breathe. As we inhale and exhale, we feel gravity drawing us down into the mat, feeling ourselves getting heavier, surrendering with each exhale, allowing the body to get a little heavier and heavier and heavier. If you'd like to come onto your backs and recline, please feel free as we sink even deeper into the meditation. Like a rock in a murky pond, we drift deeper towards the earth, the bottom, full of sand and soot as we come to rest, imagining water pressing down on us from all sides. With the body heavy, the mind feels light, like the bubbles drifting up to the surface. Stray thoughts are here 1 second, floating away the next. The heavy lightness between the body and mind represents the yin and yang of opposing forces. It's between the body and mind we can glimpse that sense of self, spirit, soul, whatever you call that bit inside that makes you you. As you inhale, I want you to gather up that sense of self, and exhale, imagining it spreading out around you, filling up the space. When we practice the art of separating body, mind, and spirit, we can enter a healing space, away from self-judgment, distraction, negativity. Drifting into the meditation as we breathe. Our mantra today is serenity, stillness in the storm. As life rages around us, we can find calmness, stillness, quietness when we take time to be still, to breathe, and to listen. Taking one more deep breath in, acknowledging the sense of serenity we've created for ourselves. And as you exhale, we'll start to wiggle the fingers, the toes, pulling in that sense of serenity, of calm and peace to carry with us. If we lay down and reclining, you can gently push yourself up to seated to join us. And in the yoga tradition, we'll end class with a big breath in, drawing in life, serenity, peace, and love. And as you exhale, we capture it, pulling it into heart center, taking a bow. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for some yoga against the wall today, guys.